Hey, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I just, I think, I just got where I wasn't making videos as much as I should have, and I got out of it, and then I was only doing once a month videos, and, start my own business, and also, I had a boyfriend, we broke up. I think that was a lot rougher on me than what I would like to admit. So don't tell anybody, especially. I mean, I don't think he'd watch my channel, but I'm glad he doesn't. So I just kind of totally gave myself away on that. I'm gonna put in some rollers if I can figure out how to do them. Kind of cut my own bangs because I was fed up with them, and that's not working. I'll have to fix my bangs some other way. I mean, they're even. They're just sticking up. Weird. Anyway, so I'm just wanting to play in some makeup, do some hair, have fun on a Sunday evening. I got no plans, nowhere to go. So if you want to stick around and just hang out and chat with me, then this video is for you. Okay, I might go off camera and do my hair, curl my hair real quick, so you guys don't have to watch that. And then I'll come back and we'll just chat and do my makeup. I'll be right back. Okay, I look so cute, right? I mean, I wonder why I'm single. Okay, so life update. Single. I'm single. I am dating, but I'm also not like, oh my gosh, I am needing to find a man. Like I said, the last breakup was a lot, and I was really hurt because I really thought we had a good thing. I just kind of thought this was it. He was my person, and he would tell me, oh, he feels the same way too. Lies. All lies. Like, I don't know why you're just not honest with people. Of course, I mean, he did have some problems. Like, he has drug problems. Also, I never do drugs or anything like that. So I really didn't know that kind of world, or what I was kind of getting involved in that. So, like, I think I was kind of stupid, like naive, a lot more than what I would admit. So the whole thing just kind of rocked me, I think. And so yeah, just kind of was like, wow. And then I also helped take care of his dog. So it just was kind of a messy situation. I just think that after any experience, you kind of like, oh, what I should do different kind of thing. Or like, why didn't I see that coming? You know what I mean? And then, now we're dating, and I got some good stories. I mean, I had some good ones before I met Garrett, but I feel like I'll keep it current. So this one guy I wanted to do it with, he was like, like he's like, oh, I want to get to know you, but really he just wanted sex, because like he wanted to talk about it all the time, and and he's like, oh, I haven't had sex in a long time, but he was all about talking about it. Like, I was like, whatever, and he, like, we were gonna go out to dinner, which nobody said, hey, we are gonna have sex if you take me out to dinner. Nobody said that. Like, hey, let's just go out to dinner, see if we're vibing, see what See what happens. All right. See where it goes, kind of thing, you know. So he takes me out to dinner, and he, like, you know, comes back to my place or whatever. And that was stupid. I should not have done that, you know. But, you know, we were just talking. I thought we were vibing or whatever. But then, and I was starting at the hair school, and I had to go there the next day to, like, kind of shadow, and it was kind of a big deal. Like, they wanted to hire, they were like, we're hiring you, but we want you to shadow to make sure you like us and we like you. And I was like, oh, cool, you know. So I was super excited and a little nervous. I mean, that's kind of, you know, it was, anyway, so I didn't want to be up all night. And so we're hanging out, and mind you, okay, so he has a dog, and I have 2 dogs, and one of my dogs is a husky pit mix, and she is a little hyper. And by a little hyper, I mean a lot of hyper. She just gets so excited, and she just wants everybody to love her. And, you know, I've realized that not everybody, even if they say they like dogs, can handle a dog hyper. You know, and she is territorial because she, you know, what she's mixed with and everything. So she, you know, she's the alpha, I think, or she wants to be, and she knows I'm her alpha. And so she's very protective over me and my boys. And so she would not let him sit beside me. She was right there, like, in his face. Like, she was just trying to figure it out, like trying to figure out if he's a good person, not a good person, whatever. And she would not let him sit by me. And every time he would try to go in for a kiss, like, her face was right there, like, no, kiss me first. Needless to say, he was not a fan of this. He, you know, he's like, well, and, you know, he was like, you know, he was really trying to get it on. Like, and I was not feeling that. Like, I was just like, you know, I think we should just call it a night. You're getting kind of stressed out about my dog. And I was like, I have to get up super early because I have this thing for my new job. And, you know, I don't want to be tired up all night. So, you know, hey, like, we should just call it a night, right? And he was like, oh, no, it'll be fine. Like, he just wanted to get it on. And so I kind of kick him out. And I text him the next day, and I'm like, hey, do you want to hang out tonight or whatever? And he's like, you know what, truthfully, I think you just live too far away from me, and, you know, your dog, I can't stand your dog. Okay, cool. Like, I didn't really feel anything. Like, you know, like, we weren't, like, super vibey. He was nice, and I was willing to give it a shot. You know what I mean? Like, go on another date and see if there was anything else. But really, I was kind of like, But poor Jubilee gets such a bad rap because Garrett did not like her either, and he wouldn't even, like, he hated her. And so then this guy hates her. I'm like, but nobody's gonna like this dog. Like, she's a nice dog. She's just a little hyper. She's a little high strung. Right? No big deal. Oh, anyway. So yeah, that guy was not a fan of the dog either. But, you know, like I said, all he was wanting was to get some sex. And the minute that he realized he wasn't getting it, he was pissed. And that's all he cared about. And, you know, who wants a dude like that? Like that? He literally he was kind of a jerk about it towards the end. But anyway, I was like, so when he said that, I was like, all right, cool, bye, see you later. Like, didn't hurt my feelings any. And anyway, so I am going to go off camera and contour, bronzer, and come back and do my eyes. So this is not like a 20-30 minute long video, you know, an hour, whatever. I'll be back. Okay, I got my face, the face on. Now, let's do an eyeshadow. And it's funny, when I was like, I'm gonna, you know, pick up, I got hair. And pick out palettes I wanted to use. I thought, oh, I'm gonna do a purple look, you know, because purple is my favorite color, and I just feel like that's one of my favorite looks too. And then I was doing my face, and I started using like a peachy blush, and I was like, well, that throws out the purple eye look. So yeah, so now we're doing a different direction. Cool, right? Anyway, dating stories. Back to dating stories. And when I was talking about the other one, it made me remember another. Like, I have two. Okay. So then this one date I went on. Okay, so I don't really care what your views are politically. Like, I have my views, and I mean, I'm, you know, kind of in the profession where you really don't talk politics. Like, politics is not something we talk about as hairstylists, because, you know, you could really hurt somebody's feelings. You just kind of keep your views to yourself. And I don't care, because I know good people either side of the camp. That, to me, like, that's not a deal breaker or anything. But this guy was so on the one side that, like, it was just, he was extremely on that side, and it was just too much. And then he got mad because I was feeling uncomfortable, like, just with him. Like, everything I said, he kind of like would take it and want to argue with me. Like, even something that had nothing to do with him, or he should have an opinion. You know what I mean? It's just like me telling a story, and then he also liked to talk about his crazy ex that left him in the middle of the country and blah blah blah. And mind you, he lives in like a town that's kind of like an hour away, but where I was working at the hair school was kind of like in the middle, so we were gonna meet there. And he's like, well, I'll just go for the weekend, and we can hang out or whatever. And, you know, I was like, cool, we'll see, you know, how it goes. Like, I'll come over, and like we'll go out to dinner or whatever, and, you know, see where it goes. Like, he was under the impression that I was going to stay with him all weekend and stay in the hotel with him. Well, another guy that just wanted, like, you know, whatever. I mean, don't hate the game, right? Hate the player, not the game. Anyway, so when I was like, okay, you know, we had dinner, and, you know, and he would argue with me the whole time. So I was feeling really uncomfortable, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to head home because it's a little late, and I've been gone all day, and I need to get home to the dogs. Well, you didn't tell me. I mean, I did tell him about the dogs. You didn't tell me you were going to leave. I spent this much money on a date for you, taking you out to dinner, hotel room, blah, blah, blah. And I spent this much money, and you're leaving. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was like, wow, I didn't know that I was staying the night. I just thought we were going to meet, see how it goes. What if you didn't like me? What if you thought I was annoying or ugly? Would you kick me out? Like, like, you know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you want to make sure you liked me before you I don't know. Anyway, So he got mad and he was like, went off about how weird I was and like, da 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 da. And I was just being weird and complicated like every other woman that he's dated. And like, I'm the crazy one. And I'm like, what? Like, I wasn't, I just said I wanted to leave because, you know, I needed to go home and feed my dogs, which is kind of true. Okay. It is true. I did need to leave. But I definitely probably said it a little sooner than if I would have been having a great time. But he was making me so nervous. Like, he was literally acting weird. And so then, you know, he was mad that I wanted to leave. And I was like, holy crap. Like, he's gonna kill me or something. Anyway, so I kind of, like, I was like, well, I gotta go. And so I left. Immediately blocked. Like, oh my God, didn't give her, I left saying, oh, we'll hang out tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. And no, I totally blocked him. I didn't even say, hey, you know what, I just think that you were acting weird and I'm just no part of it. No, I didn't say that. I was just like, bye-bye. Now, I don't know if, you know, people are like, well, you probably should have said something. He was acting so weird. Like, what would you do? Would you, like hang out with him? Or, like, would you have gone back? And then say, hey, you know, I'm not into this. And then to see what he said, oh my gosh. He was, I couldn't. I just was like, this is not going good. We're just not meshing. But he was so mad when I said, I gotta go check my dog. Anyway, see, once again, my dogs. Like, people just don't like my dog. And then this other date I went on was you know, okay, so he was just kind of a weird vibe from the get-go. And he's like, if anybody starts out saying hi or whatever, you're not my type. I want somebody fun and outgoing and energetic and that can keep up with what I'm putting out. And if you like anything but rock music, don't waste my time. I mean, I like all music. I mean, and he's like, especially the Taylor Swift fans and da-da-da-da-da. You know, I'm not like a Swiftie, but I don't hate her music or whatever. And I am definitely more of a rock girl than I am anything else. And so anyway, so being the smartass that I am, I was like, because he said nobody better start a conversation off by just hi. So smartass that I am, I said hi. And he's like, did you not read my profile? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I just thought it was too funny not to say hi. I was like, it was too good not to start out with a hi because you said not to. And he's like, and I was like, do you not think that's funny? Apparently he did not. And he's like, whatever. And he's like, but can you keep up what kind of music and da-da-da-da-da. And so we talked music and we did like a lot of the same music. And he wasn't a bad, like we just weren't vibing. You know, like we met at like this place and they had a comedy night so you really couldn't hear. And then there was this guy that swore he knew him. Like he was getting in his face like, hey, don't you remember me? And no, I don't know you. Like you know, the dude was super drunk And it just made me really nervous, like how he was like getting mad and at this dude. Like the dude was really drunk, and then we went to, it was kind of a weird night to go out. It was like a weekday, and it was like kind of late in the first place, and not too many places open. So we went to this one place and had a drink, and we were kind of talking, sharing each other's stories or whatever. And, so I'm like, he's asked me about my family and everything. And I was like, I have my boys and my dad and a few cousins, but I really don't have much family. Like my mom and my sister got killed in a horrible car accident, years ago. And then I shit you not, like 2 seconds after I finished talking about my mom and my sister died in this horrible car wreck, he goes, so tell me about your mom. Like, is she still alive? Do you see her much? And I looked at him and I'm like, really? I just told you. And he's like, what? You told me about your mom? And I'm like, yeah, she passed away in a car wreck. I spent like 15-20 minutes talking to you about it, and like bearing my soul here for you. You weren't even listening. Like, dude, if you're trying to get with somebody, fucking listen. That's all I'm saying. And it's so hard to do. Anyway, so he like clearly did not listen. I don't know like what he was watching or what he was paying attention to, but it sure in hell wasn't me. And he was like, and pretty much after that I finished my drink and I was like, I'm gonna go home. And he's like, let's go somewhere else. Let's go to the pool hall and shoot some pool and hang out a little longer. And I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done for the night. And he's like, yeah. I mean, you didn't listen. You really, I don't know. I just was kind of over it. And, so I was like, thanks for the night. And blah, blah, blah. I'll talk to you later. No, I did not talk to him later. I don't even think I blocked him or anything. I think I just kind of unmatched with him and just left it at that. Like, I think he knew that was not a great date. It just was not a great date. I am going to go off camera, do my lips, fix my hair, and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the finished look. Hair done. Like, what do we think? Too bad I didn't have a date tonight. Actually, I did get asked on a date this weekend, but I had a migraine on Friday, so I couldn't go. And then, he said Saturday, I was just really tired from having migraines. Like, after you have really bad migraines, you're like hungover. So I was feeling that Saturday, and I just went to bed early. Like, I just crashed out. Plus, my oldest son was here for Mother's Day, and so he's like, well, we could go out Sunday evening. And I'm like, not on Mother's Day. My kid came to see me, like, that's just kind of crappy. So I didn't go. So we'll go out next weekend. And if you guys like the dating stories, let me know. If you want more dating stories, let me know. I will. And I'm going to start trying. I'm making a goal. I'm going to start posting once a week. We'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed. Anyway, had a great time. Hope you like the makeup. And I'll see you next time. Bye.